Introverts are often misunderstood. Let's look at what's actually going on. Whether you're an extrovert looking to educate yourself or an introvert looking for validation, this will be a quick look at the real story. What you see: shyness, boredom, disinterest. What's actually happening? Deep thinking. Introverts get seen as being shy, bored, or disinterested because they're reserved or aren't actively participating in conversations. If extroverts aren't talking, they might be bored, but introverts are deep thinkers who prefer to listen instead of speak, or they're considering what's being discussed. When they do open their mouths, you're likely to hear valuable insight or a poignant question that hasn't been considered yet. Don't mistake silence for being checked out. Just be patient, and they'll probably blow you away with some Elon Musk level thinking. What you see: aloofness. What's actually happening? Creativity. Introverts seem distant or detached to people who don't know better because they tend to spend more time in their own thoughts. Why? Because they're not fans of small talk, and they tend not to enjoy socializing as much as extroverts. The reality, however, is that their reflective and imaginative nature allows them to generate unique ideas and contribute when it seems like the right time to them. What's seen as distance is actually them connecting dots. Don't put them on your schedule. They'll tell you when it's time. What you see: lack of assertiveness. What's actually happening? Empathy. Because they prefer to listen and observe, it can lead others to assume they are unwilling to speak for themselves. Many an unwitting fool has made this mistake and been on the receiving end of a thoughtful and devastating onslaught from an introvert who decided it was finally time to express their opinion. They tend to be highly empathetic and have a keen ability to understand and relate to the emotions of others. It's because they're not talking, they're seeing and hearing. It makes them excellent listeners and very supportive friends, but don't mistake that for being non-confrontational. Just because they're not looking for a fight doesn't mean they're not well equipped for one. And because of that empathy, they know all your weaknesses. What you see: antisocial behavior. What's actually happening? Strong observation skills. The antisocial label comes from an enjoyment of solitude and a preference for smaller social gatherings. But despite these preferences, most introverts have very fulfilling social lives and enjoy meaningful connections. If encountered in a non-preferred social gathering, what's really going on is they are observing, watching, listening, absorbing. They're noticing subtle details and nuances that others may overlook, enabling them to offer valuable perspectives when the time feels right. Nobody will make you feel seen and heard more than an introvert. What you see: lack of leadership potential. What's actually happening? Ninja-like leadership qualities. Their reserved nature causes them to be often overlooked for leadership positions because, historically, being aggressive and decisive has been the obvious qualities of authority figures. But times are changing, thankfully. With their thoughtful decision-making, empathy, and ability to empower others, introverts make great leaders. They lead by example and tend to excel in strategic planning. Many unsuspecting extroverts bragging about their team have been quietly crushed by the performance of a highly effective introvert. What you see: lack of confidence. What's actually happening? Problem solving. Introverts' tendency to think before they speak and their preference for listening can sometimes be misinterpreted as a lack of confidence, but their well thought out ideas come from their introspection and deep thinking, which equips them with exceptional problem solving skills. Analyzing situations from different angles because they're observant enables them to find creative and effective solutions. They just tend to want to express them in quieter or one-on-one settings. You see a wallflower, but what you have is nanobot technology. What you see: inability to work with teams. What's actually happening? Independent work. This one is total crap. I don't know a single extrovert who doesn't love having the spotlight, and an introvert who isn't interested in it is the perfect partner for them. Yet introverts get this bad rap because, again, of a preference to work independently or in smaller groups. What's actually happening is that introverts are self-motivated and can focus deeply on tasks without the need for constant external stimulation or validation. Introverts don't need your props to crush goals. They just need a little space. What you see: social awkwardness. What's actually happening? Adaptability. Because they may not feel comfortable in large or highly stimulating environments, introverts get reduced to awkward. But what you're missing is that despite their preferences, most introverts are incredibly adaptable and can navigate social situations or new environments with ease, though it may require a little effort on their part. Everybody loves a good listener, and this is their skill set. If you have an awkward introvert on your hands, maybe it's because they genuinely just don't want to talk to you. What you see: lack of enthusiasm. What's actually happening? Strong focus and concentration. Introverts' calm and measured demeanor can sometimes be misinterpreted as having a lack of enthusiasm or passion. They can be highly passionate about their interests or pursuits, but just express it in a quieter and more introspective ways. What's really going down is that introverts are very focused. Their ability to block out distractions and immerse themselves in their pursuits leads to high-quality outcomes and impressive productivity. But because they're not overt and obvious about their achievements, they're mistaken for being dispassionate. What you're actually seeing is their quiet focus on whatever it is they're trying to achieve. You think you're seeing apathy, but you may actually be witnessing greatness in the making. Don't assume because somebody tends to be quiet that there isn't a storm of productivity going on behind the silence. As a matter of fact, take a look in the mirror and see if the problem isn't you. I have a video for that. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. I'm trying to do something positive here, and I could use your help.